Coming up on today's episode. Good Wednesday afternoon to y'all YouTube. It's 2:39 now in the PM here at the bench once again. The thing you see in front of you is a tape deck, Sony TC355. This came rather quick. It was shipped FedEx, and I was surprised it came pretty as quick as it did. But anyway, this is the one I bought for 99 cents basically. And of course I paid shipping, but even with shipping and the cost I paid for it, it was under $30. I think around 29 something. But again, it is what it is. Is obviously advertised as not working, and that wasn't what I was really. I don't care to buy things like that. I mean, it doesn't bother me to buy things like that because I know I can get them working. So you know, that's the one of the things I kind of enjoy about the whole thing is getting things working. So. One of the things I really liked about this is it's got the little rubber stoppers, and those are handy. I don't have that on my other one, and those will be useful, and I can buy another set if I need to. But so like I said, what you see is what you get. I have just basically unpacked it and set it up here on the bench and done nothing else to it. Have not looked at it, have not done anything but set it up there and start filming, start recording, whatever. So that's what we're doing, and that's what I'm going to be doing here. So over the next few days or whatever, probably before the video Friday, if I make one Friday, which, you know, sometimes I don't, I will do more on it and maybe even plug it in if I find out it's got a, if it doesn't have a blown fuse, then I could probably plug it in. It's probably okay. Usually if it's got a blown fuse, that means there's probably a dead short somewhere. But like I said, I'll be checking it out and seeing what's going on with it. Other things going on. Excuse me. I think the biggest thing is, and Bill knows about this already. I emailed him and told him. But the biggest thing is I found a camera like Bill's, and I'm going to flash up a picture of it. And I shouldn't say like Bill's. Tommy was actually the original one to bought it. Tommy got the best deal of everybody. Let me tell you that. I think he gave $5 for it or whatever he gave for it at the flea market. And that was by far the best deal. I think Bill paid $30 for his or something like that. Maybe $25. I can't remember. But like I said, whatever it was, that was the next best deal. And I tried to get the same kind of deal, and I found one that I liked. It looked like a good one. And it had make offer. You know me. I think the price on it was $48 or $49 or something like that. He was asking for it, and so I offered $25, and basically did not hear back from the guy. He didn't even bother to. He didn't say yes, no. He didn't say nothing, and that kind of bugs me in a way. I figure if you're asking for offers, they should be all offers, and if you don't have the courtesy to say no, I want that, or give me a counter offer or anything, you know, I just think that's kind of rude. But you know, I understand because I got to looking pretty hard on eBay and other places, even on to Shop Goodwill to see if I could find one there. There was a couple that was close to that, but not quite the same. And so I decided this morning, it hadn't been quite 24 hours yet, but it was obviously he wasn't gonna email me back and let me know about that one. So I canceled that. You can cancel it if you want, and rescind the offer or whatever you want to call it. And I offered $40 instead of $25. And this time, after a couple of hours, I don't know how long it was, he decided he wanted to take it, I guess. So I ended up buying the camera that you saw there in a picture of for $40. I don't have it yet. I just bought it this morning. But also, when I emailed Bill to tell him about it, I gave him the link to it, and he said, well, he says that's the same seller I bought mine from. And he says I haven't heard from him yet to see if he shipped it. You know how eBay generally lets you know when it's shipped. And he said, let me know if he emails you or you get an email about saying it's shipped, and I haven't yet. So I kind of figured because of the holidays, it was, because of, Memorial Day, he obviously was not going to mail anything out then, and, and maybe he had other stuff to mail. I don't know. I'm not making excuses for the guy, but I think he had pretty good rating, and that was another thing I wanted to point out about this particular camera. I think out of all the sellers on eBay, I think I found one, and he was asking, I think, $70-something for it, and I think he was 100% feedback. The rest of them were under 100%. So I don't know what it is with this camera, and the number of them that are for parts only, not working, things like that, was really, I won't say incredible. I mean, I've seen others that, have a lot, that do that. But it was kind of strange that most of the cameras that, were advertised on eBay were not working. So, is that an omen? We don't know. But, like I said, I did go ahead and buy one, and so got that coming. And while I was on, I know, I can't stop. While I was on Shop Goodwill, I thought, I'll look around and see what they got. And I found two more that I kind of liked. One was a Nikon Coolpix 160, I think. I can't remember the numbers offhand. And the other one was a Samsung, I can't remember, the GR was the number on the first of it, but it was a regular camcorder. It was not a digital camera. But I had seen it on eBay, or not the same one, but I seen a similar one on eBay, and I almost bought it. And so I think I entered a maximum bid of $15 for this one. So we'll see about that. But the Coolpix was actually still pretty cheap. And I think the maximum video on the Coolpix was 720p. So it's not a powerhouse when it comes to video. But still, I thought, it'd be kind of nice to have a Nikon added to my collection of cameras. So that's what I did. So I think I just want to kind of show you what was going on here and let you know that I am working on the got this at the. I have not done anything else to the room. I was a bum yesterday again, and didn't do much of anything. So, well, I shouldn't say yesterday. Yesterday was the holiday, wasn't it? But anyway, yesterday I did not do any more in here, and right now it's got another big mess from where I unpacked this. But that will be easy to clean up. Again, like I say, I've got the ideas on how to do that. Also on this over here, I think, let me see if I can point you around over here at that. Yeah, there you go. I'll have to back up a little bit. Over here, you see the hose there. That's that hanger that goes up, or not a hanger, but a holder, what do you want to call that thing there, is that holder that holds that shelf up. And there's two brackets in there like that, one there and one there. And I think what I'm going to do is actually make this shelf, I think if they come out far enough, I think I'm going to just make the shelf up high as the bottom of that rail along there, like there. And then I'll just basically make them that height, and they will be the support for the shelf, and I can take those brackets off, I do believe, and get them out of the way. But that will allow me to basically put the shelf units that I'm building in one on each side of the middle there, and that way it spaced them where I wanted to space them to begin with. Those brackets really messed me up when I wanted to do that. I didn't really want to make them lower than the brackets, and I thought about just cutting a thing out on the tops, but then that's going to cut half the space, half and two on top. Didn't really want that either, so I thought this would be the way to do it. Just basically have it come up to the bottom of the shelf. And if it doesn't come exactly there, I mean, I can measure that and cut them that length. But if by the time you put some weight on the shelf, it makes it sink into the carpet a little bit, I can always put a board, up there across the two posts. Because the posts are going to come up higher than the shelf. The shelf itself will be underneath it, obviously, because if I brought the shelf up to the top, you wouldn't be able to put anything on it. That would be kind of useless, wouldn't it? So anyway, so that's the plan on that, and I thought I'd let you know about that. So that's as far as I've gotten on that. I've thought about it. I do a lot of thinking. And then, like I said, I looked at cameras the day that Bill posted his video, and I kept looking. And I could not find anything. Actually, the one I was wanting to get was the one Bill ended up buying. I had looked at it first, and I was going to make an offer on it. And I don't know what, again, I can't remember what the price was. Maybe it may have been $30. I may was going to cost or offer 15 for it, I think. But he's the same one that Bill went ahead and bought it, whatever the price was. He just bought it straight out. And when I went to offer things, it said no, offer is not accepted, and then it showed that it was sold already. So anyway, hopefully we'll get those. And Bill, if you're listening, I'm sure you probably heard by now. I don't. This probably won't be posted till Friday, but again, like I said, I'm sure something will come up. I just figure the guy's probably was in holiday mode yesterday, and that's why he didn't do anything yesterday. Whether he does or not today or not, we don't know yet. We'll see. But it is what it is. I guess I could have put that down a little bit and get it out of the way. I didn't even see it sitting up there, but it was. All right, so I'm and that's another thing. This is funny. One of the things I'm trying to do is talk less. And I'm not doing a very good job of it. But, because most of my videos of me sitting there flapping about stuff that, I've done or haven't done or whatever, and I'm getting tired of it. Because I want my videos to be more about the content, about stuff like, what's sitting on the bench, things like that. Or the shells, if I get the best shells built, show you the shells. And I don't have to go out there and explain every detail of what I've did, but, Okay, this is going to be my last... Unless it's a dedicated flap, if I put the title being a flap for this or that, that's one thing. But just on regular videos, I think I should shut my mouth a little bit more. And I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to really try. So maybe the next time. Next clip, I won't talk as much. You hear me? I won't. All right, we'll see you in the next clip. All right, I don't know how well you can see it, but this is lit up. I did take the fuse out, checked it, it was fine, so I went ahead and plugged it in. And I don't know how well you can hear that, but the fan stopped running. Now the fan is running again. So I was unable to move this, so that's not working. I thought maybe it was because it didn't have a tape in it, but I fooled around with this tape switch over here, this tape present or whatever it's called. I'll have to find out if that's supposed to be up or down or however it's supposed to be. I did look at this, so this looks pretty good. It's just dirty. The whole thing is just dirty. This place here I cleaned off with Simple Green. Place up here I cleaned off also with Simple Green. Just came right off. It was just dirty. And so what I'm going to do next thing I'm going to do here is take that screw right there and that screw right there and try to take this front top, whatever I'll call it, off. And I know I'll have to take that off, and this thing here unscrews. There's a set screw in there. So get that off, and then I think I'm pretty darn sure what we've got here is a case of dried up grease that's turned to glue. And we've all been there before trying to find those things. So, all right, I'm going to talk a long time as I promised. So let's go back to work. I'm back with you once more again, YouTube. As you can see, I have torn this part just a little bit more. Just a little bit. I found out that and on the other side of this is the heads. And if we look at those, this, you can see these pads here go up and down with this piece here. And it is so stiff that it's just no way it can, everything work like it should. And so first step is to clean all this and re-grease it. And there is a spring on there, and there should be some tension, but it should not be stick. It will stick wherever you put it. In other words, the spring, you can put it halfway there and it'll just stay. And so, it's got to be looser than that so the spring can pull it back and it should snap shut, snap open and stuff like that. And it's not doing that. So that's going to be job one, is getting that cleaned out. Had to take the capstan flywheel off. There it is. I don't think it'll be a problem getting it back on. It's just a rubber, like a rubber grommet that holds it on. I've got plenty of rubber grommets to use for that, so that's not a problem. there's if you see over here, that's where the pointer for the bottom of that flywheel rests. I had the same kind of problem with the other one I had. There's the bottom of it with the pointer, and that just rests right in the center where that black mark is. You just put a little grease in there. I'll put some fresh grease in there. Obviously that thing, that's pretty well not dried up, but it's getting to be like glue like the rest of it. Oops, sorry. So that's, like I said, that's what I'm going to be doing. And once I get this part done, I plan on putting it back. Of course, anything else that I can get to without that in there will be done first. And I'm going to try to get as much of this over here as I can without putting that back in here also. So, you know, that's the deal on that. Nothing, you know, I haven't taken anything apart that really doesn't look like it'll go back together and like that yet. I said yet. So, as far as I know, that's the way it's going to work. I still can't move this, so that wasn't the whole reason, but each time it does move a little bit. But like I said, there's got to be a lock on this somewhere that keeps it from moving. I've got to figure out what that is. And once I do that, then I can do something else. It's not this switch. I thought for a while it was this switch here. You can see this switch here, tape switch or whatever it's called. See, even that's supposed to be real loose in there. It's supposed to be just like nothing at all holding it. And you can just see it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. So there's it. It is right there. So anyway, so that's what I've got to do, and you know, sooner I get that done, better off we'll be. Trying to keep all these wires together as best as possible. They've got a little clamp on, but you know, when you move that in and out, around, through, and everything else, it tends to bend that clamp. So, like I say, I'm trying to do the best I can with what I got going here, and we'll just do it as we can, and that's it. So, like I said, first job is getting that this thing here cleaned off and relubricate. I have some silicone grease that I bought. I don't know how long ago it's been. It's been a while, but that should work very well for this task. So a lot of people use white lithium grease. I don't have any of that, so I'm going to use the Super Lube synthetic grease that I've got. So I think that'll work. Alright, you guys have a good one. I'll be back if I get back. Good Thursday afternoon to you all, YouTube. It is 2:24 now in the PM. Here back at the bench once more, working on this tape deck. I have taken all this off this head deck and cleaned all of this. This has all been cleaned and lubed, and it works much better now. In fact, it was basically inoperable before. And so I've got it all back together as it should be, I believe. Don't think there's any possibility that I messed up. I could have, but you never know. You know, I think it's okay. Wanted to kind of show you over here if I could. This here still doesn't move, and it really has nothing to do with this because this is free now. So this is obviously something to do with either the shaft itself is, and I'm leaning towards this shaft because the way this one here was, this arm comes over here, and there's a pivot point right here, and this was, I mean, glued, and there was no pivot at all basically. So I had to take that off, had to heat it with the heat gun, and it finally came off. But I cleaned it very good, put some synthetic lube. See if I gotta find it. There it is. Super Lube. That's what I used, and I think that should be fine. I have basically cleaned all the other places that had grease on them and re-greased them with the Super Lube, and again, that all works pretty good now, and I'm very happy with that. I don't know how you can see that, but that over here on this side works pretty good. I've got that all back together. I've got this back in its place like it's supposed to be. The cables for the heads. So all of those have been done. I don't have those clean yet. these parts here, down here, I think you can see that they work all right, and the pads are pretty good. I'm not going to worry about them too much. So we're going to leave that like it is for now, and once I get this done, I'll clean the heads, obviously, and stuff like that. I'm working on the capstan roller, the pinch roller, whatever you want to call this thing here. You can see the place that I haven't got yet, and then the place I have got. There's quite a difference there, and I'm using alcohol right now. I also have a product called Rubber Renew that I plan to go over this once I clean it and get all that residue off of there. That's all tape residue, so once that happens, I'll get that done, and then I can reinstall the pinch roller, or whatever they call that thing, onto this little shaft here. This one goes up and down when you move this arm. Of course, now the arm won't move until you get this fixed here, and that's next on the list. After I get all the parts done on this deck here, I will be cleaning cleaning all of this over here, getting it to where it is frees up and moves. And I have been helped out by several people. I want to thank Jack personally. Jack has one of these. That's VEG Jack. Jack has one of these, and he worked on it a great deal. But I believe he said he broke the motor control switch or something of that nature, and I don't recall exactly what it was. But he is kind of stuck on it because those parts are just not available these days. So I figure once I get this done, I'm going to see if I can help him with his, because he was nice enough to help me with mine. And so that's the plan. Really not much else to report here now, because I don't have anything else done. That's about all that's happening. It was raining this morning, I think, when I got up. It's stopped raining, but it's not really, it's overcast out there, so not really great weather, I guess. Unless you're a duck. So again, I'm not going to be talking a lot here, so I just want to get the facts. Get the facts, ma'am, as Dan Dragnet would say. And get on with the work at hand, and I want to get back to it. So, all right. Well, I thought the last update was the last update for this video, but yeah, it turns out I got a little further than I thought I was going to get. At one point, it goes that, you think, well, I'll never get any further than I'm getting. And then all of a sudden you have a epiphany, or whatever it is. In other words, something breaks through the noggin and says, hey, this is how you do this. Looky there. How about that? And you'll notice these things down here go up and down like they're supposed to. This tape switch, I think, is what that is. I think it goes a little slow, but it may be, need cleaning too. But again, I got it going. The whole thing of the problem was this bar here, and you'll watch it move when you see it goes that way, and it goes that way, and it wasn't moving. It was glued shut. I basically put some alcohol on top of the rail there, let it soak a little bit, and I took those screws out. There's a screw here and a screw over here, and basically just kind of pulled it away from the plate or backing or deck or what do you want to call it. And when I did that, it moved, and I figured that was the whole thing, or this actually moved, this selector switch. So it took me a while to get everything else lined back up. I had taken some other things back apart, but including this spring down here. I don't know how well you can see the spring, but I had taken that apart, and that was one of the things I took apart, and got it back together too. So I do have one missing clip. Now Bill will appreciate this. It's one of these clips here, like this C or E clip, however they call these, that holds that shaft in place. And it's the one on the back side. I went to put it back on. I had to take this whole shaft out and get this one piece back in it. And then I went to put the clip back on it, and it would zing, and I didn't hear it. usually you can hear those things hit something or something, and I didn't hear it hit anything. And I was listening for that, and so, you know, it's a possibility it may be in the back of this unit. I'm going to turn it upside down and see if I can't shake it out. You know, bang around a little bit on it, on the metal part, and see if I can't get something going. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of bring you back for the last one on this and show you that it is actually functional as far as the selector switch now. I don't know that it's going to be much better. I've got to put that... there's a rubber idler wheel over here that I've got to put back on, but other than that, everything's back together as far as this deck is concerned, I think. Of course, I'll find other things as soon as I I say that, but I know that that wheel, there's the bracket wheel goes on. You can see there's a where that's missing there. I think part of that is the is that right there. That seems to be working pretty good. It's just not too bad. But again, like I say, I've got to get that wheel back on. I think, I'm not really sure what that does, but I know it does something. I think that's rewind, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, that's play there. This is rewind. Anyway, there you go. That's what that is. I think this is fast forward here. I know there's a fast forward switch on it somewhere. I said this, but we don't know for sure. If it is, I can see something's been around there where the button should press down on that. So I'll have to figure that out, but like I say, I'm this much further, and that's pretty far, I think. I'm happy about it anyway. I think it's a good breaking point. It's 4:30 now in the afternoon. Wait a minute, is that 4:30? Yeah, 4:30. And so a lot more guys out there mowing the grass for next door. And I'm going to shut you off and say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. I don't know, tomorrow. The next video probably will have this playing, hopefully, if the electronics are good. I do imagine I'll have to replace some electrolytic caps, but you know, that's okay too. That's the easy part of this. This is always the hard part to me, and so that's gonna do me. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so very much for watching, and we will see ya.